Wake up, kid. It's time for your monster battle.
Alright, let's get this over with. This is Monster Civilization. I haven't been here long, but I've already ranked up through multiple villages and unlocked some super strong monsters. I've also never lost a monster battle. Hopefully today doesn't change that. Across from me, my opponent walked into the arena.
Welcome, Gorf. For today's monster battle, you will be battling a player from the C tier village, one tier above you.
Wait, C tier? I knew at some point I'd have to face someone stronger than me, but I didn't know it'd be this soon. I just made it to D tier. There's no way I can beat someone from the C tier village. There's no telling how strong their monsters are. But then again, I've been flying through these villages. Just a couple days ago, I was in F tier. I've already ranked up multiple times, making it through multiple unique villages. Who knows? Maybe this will be just as easy. Just then, my opponent spawned in his monster, and that's when I knew I couldn't have been more wrong. Suddenly, a massive, strong, mutant Enderman spawned in front of me. I've never seen anything like this before, but after seeing how strong the mutant zombie was yesterday, I'm definitely in for a challenge. I spawned in my monster, a puny burnt zombie that I've never even fought with. I literally just captured this zombie last night, but this is a risk I'd have to take. My only hope was to pray that this zombie was stronger than it seemed. Just then, the intercom began to count us down.
The monster battle will begin in 3, 2, 1, fight.
Immediately, I charged into battle. The Enderman seemed to just be standing still. I ran in, hoping to get a free hit, but before I could, he just teleported out of the way. I charged at him one more time, but again, he dodged it with ease. I wasn't sure what to do. If the fight kept going like this, there's no way I would ever win. I had to come up with something smart, fast. Almost every attack I throw at him ends up missing. If I want to do any damage at all, I'd have to do something unexpected. I charged back into battle, but of course, he just dodged all of my attacks with ease until suddenly I went for a hit and he just disappeared. I had no clue where he went until I decided to turn around. Wait! Great, I lost.
Monster battle over. Good try, Gorf. Maybe just do some damage next time.
Great. Even the intercom is making fun of me. I was still confused. That Enderman didn't just beat me. He demolished me. I never stood a chance. I knew ranking up wouldn't be easy, but seriously? Just one village above me and this guy's that much stronger than I am? The confidence I had built up from the monster battles on lower layers vanished in an instant. If this was what was waiting for me on the higher layers, I was definitely in trouble. Maybe this burnt zombie wasn't as good as I thought. If I wanted to rank up, I needed something tougher, something that could survive more than 5 seconds. As I was making my way out of the arena, I approached the guy who just beat me. Maybe he could give me some info on how he got a monster so powerful. Hey, wait up. How did you get a monster like that? I've never seen anything that strong. He just stared at me, as if he didn't think I was worthy of a response.
You think I'm just gonna hand out my secrets to someone like you? You're still thinking like someone from the F tier village. We're not friends, we're competitors. Face it, someone like you could never have a monster like mine.
Before I could even think of a response, he just walked off, leaving me disappointed. Great. Even he's making fun of me. But maybe he's right. Just a couple days ago, all I had was a bunny and a pig. Who am I kidding? Maybe I should just be happy with what I have. Maybe making it all the way to S tier just isn't realistic. Sadly, I made my way back to the D tier village. My spirits were lower than ever. Just as I was about to enter my house, the guy from yesterday, the one who gave me all the harming arrows, he stopped me.
Hey, you're alive? Most people who go into the burnt forest don't make it back out alive. You've gotta have something special.
Trust me, I really don't. The only reason I survived and got anything useful is because of the arrows you gave me.
I'm sure that's not true. But anyways, did you see anything interesting in there? No one really makes it out to tell the story of what's inside.
Immediately, the mutant zombie came to mind. That had to be what he meant, but I wasn't sure I could trust him yet. After all, we'd just met. Nah, nothing interesting really. Just the burnt zombie I captured.
Aw man, that's too bad. But hey, congrats on the new monster. I'm sure you'll make it real far with that guy.
Just then, he started walking away, leaving me with even more questions. But as he was walking away, it hit me. This guy could be exactly what I needed. I've been completely alone throughout this entire journey so far. He could be my first real ally in Monster Civilization. Wait, actually, I did see something in there. But if you really want to know, we need to go somewhere private. He looked intrigued, and he quickly agreed to follow me inside my house, where no one could overhear us. I saw something insane, but if I tell you, you have to promise not to tell anyone.
Of course. Whatever you tell me stays between us.
Okay, it was a mutant zombie. a burnt one. It was massive, insanely strong, and it nearly killed me in a single hit.
Are you serious? That's insane, but it matches up with the rumors I've heard.
Exactly. If we managed to capture a monster like that, we'd be unstoppable. We'd rank up so much faster. Who knows? It might even take us all the way to S tier.
You're right. I don't know how you could get much stronger than a burnt, mutated mutant zombie.
Just then, I realized exactly what my next move had to be. Capturing a monster that powerful wouldn't be easy, but maybe with enough effort, it could be possible. Before my friend left, he told me something.
Actually, there's something you might be interested in. There's a secret event happening tonight, an invite-only underground monster battle. It could be the perfect chance for you to get something strong enough to beat that mutant zombie.
Really? Like a private wager match?
Yeah, people wager their monsters here all the time. If you want something strong enough to take out that mutant zombie, this could be your chance.
It sounded risky, but it might be exactly the kind of opportunity I needed. Anything to get closer to capturing that mutant zombie is worth the risk. All right, I'm in.
Good. Meet me tonight at the edge of the village. I'll let you in.
With that, he headed out, leaving me to prepare for what could be the biggest step in my journey yet. I made my way to the training arena to find someone to practice against. Immediately, me and my opponent rushed into the arena, and he spawned in his monster, a stray. Strays are just ice-themed skeletons, so this should be a piece of cake. I spawned in my burnt zombie and got ready to fight. The intercom counted down, and we began. At first, I got a couple solid hits in, but then the stray hit me with an arrow, and suddenly, I started to feel weird. Out of nowhere, I started freezing. The arrow already did decent damage, and now I'm freezing to death. I tried to push back into the fight, but another arrow hit me, just making the freezing worse. Completely confused, I stopped, unsure of what to do. Another arrow came at me, and before I knew it, I was dead. I respawned back into my body, confused and frustrated. It was just a skeleton. Why was it so strong? But then, out of nowhere, a guard walked up to me and explained something insane.
Dude, you should have known you didn't stand a chance. You're using a fire monster against an ice one. Certain themed monsters have advantages over others, and ice is one of them.
I never knew about this before, but thinking about it now, it actually makes a lot of sense. Even though a stray might not be the strongest monster out there, against something like my fire-themed zombie, it was a perfect counter. So if I wanted to win this fight, I'd have to try something different. I challenged him again, but this time choosing my trusty pig. Sure, he was from the lowest layer of monster civilization, but he's been one of my most reliable monsters since the beginning. He's stronger than you'd think. The intercom counted us down again, and we spawned back into our monsters' bodies. This time, I was confident with my pig at my side. Immediately, I charged towards the stray, dodging arrows left and right. But just before reaching him, he landed a shot on me. But instead of freezing up this time, it barely even did a heart of damage. I closed distance quickly, landing a few solid melee hits. The stray seemed nervous and started to back away. He managed to get a bit of distance, but it didn't matter. I charged up my laser, took aim, and fired directly at it, instantly knocking it out. We respawned back into our bodies, and honestly, I felt amazing. For the first time ever, I overcame a challenge head on and figured out how to win. My pig has proven itself again. Who knew that a monster from the F tier village would be this reliable? Feeling more confident than ever, I left the training arena and headed back to my village. The secret wager event was starting soon, so I made my way to our meeting point. Just as I approached, I spotted my friend from earlier, waiting outside for me.
There you are. Are you sure about this? It could get dangerous.
I'm sure. Risks are exactly what we need if we want to rank up. He nodded, and together we walked in. Immediately, I noticed a massive underground arena, buzzing with excitement and filled with spectators. This was definitely bigger than I'd imagined. In the middle of the arena, two people were already fighting, one with a zombie pigman and the other with a frozen enderman. At first, the battle seemed evenly matched, but then suddenly, the frozen enderman struck the pigman down with ease. The intercom echoed through the arena, announcing that the frozen enderman had just secured his 6th consecutive victory. The guy who owned the enderman just stood confidently in his corner, taunting the crowd and challenging anyone brave enough or maybe dumb enough to step up next. Everyone around me was muttering in disbelief, claiming that it was impossible to beat this guy. Doubt started creeping in, and I wondered if coming here was a mistake, but suddenly something clicked. I remembered what the guard had explained to me earlier at the training arena. Certain monster mutations have advantages over others. This ice-themed monster was easily destroying all of the fire-themed ones. But if I fought it with something different, something not fire-related, I might actually stand a chance. Before I could even think about it, I shouted, "I'll do it." My friend immediately turned to me, shocked.
Are you sure? You see what he's been doing to everyone else, right?
I'm sure. I know what I'm doing.
But if he beats you, you'll lose your monster. Are you sure this is worth it?
Trust me, I got this. I stepped into the ring. My heart was racing as the intercom announced our fight.
On one side, we have our reigning champion, undefeated, unmatched, unstoppable, with his terrifying frozen Enderman. And on the other side, we have some random kid who just climbed out of the F-tier village? Good luck, kid. You're definitely gonna need it.
Instantly, embarrassment surged through me. Losing wasn't an option now. If I lost, I'd lose my best monster and my pride. But just then, the countdown began and I spawned into my monster. Right away, I tried to fire my laser, but the frozen Enderman effortlessly teleported out of the way. I wasn't worried though. My laser just needed a recharge. We traded hits, and to my surprise, the Enderman attacks barely scratched me. This Enderman was only strong against the fire-themed monsters. Against my pig, he wasn't that strong at all. Realizing this, my confidence surged. Maybe a bit too much. I got reckless, charging in carelessly, but the Enderman just kept dodging and teleporting, avoiding most of my powerful hits. This fight felt even for a moment. Neither of us gained the upper hand, but suddenly he started landing some powerful blows. My cockiness vanished instantly. I panicked at the thought of losing my pig, my most reliable monster by far. If I lost here, I might get stuck in these lower villages forever. Just as the anxiety started to overwhelm me, my laser was fully recharged. Perfect time. One good shot and he'd be finished. But the arena was small. I wouldn't have much time. I had to pick my moment carefully. I kept fighting back, going blow for blow with the Enderman, waiting. But then, suddenly, he teleported away, far to the other side of the arena. This was it. I backed up quickly to the opposite edge of the arena, charging up my laser as fast as possible. The Enderman rushed at me, clearly planning to end this fight now. But the laser was almost ready. Just a few seconds left. But suddenly, the Enderman teleported directly in front of me, raising his arms for the final blow. And then